So, hello, welcome back to another episode of the podcast with me. Today we once again gonna go through something by Andrew Huberman. It's not gonna be a full episode, it's just gonna be a clip. There is a Huberman Lab clip channel, as you're then gonna see, and it is about hypnosis. As a bit of a preface, I'm probably gonna talk about this after the video, or just, in between the video or something. I don't know yet, but I have had my share of experiences with self-hypnosis at this point, and I think it is quite interesting, and it might also be quite useful for 1, 2, 3, or maybe all of you. Let's actually have a look at the video. Nice. So there we go. This is the Huberman Lab Clips channel with quite a few clips, I would say. There is a bunch of them. But we are interested in hypnosis today, and this is why we're going through. Andrew Huberman is hypnotized by Dr. David Spiegel. Yeah, there we go. That's amazing. So Dr. Andrew Huberman is hypnotized by David Spiegel, Dr. David Spiegel, I should say. And it is quite interesting. I still don't see when this was uploaded. Maybe this is important. Dr. David Spiegel, Associate Chair of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences, Director of the Center on Stress and Health, and Director of the Center for Integrative Medicine and Stanford University School of Medicine, hypnotizes Dr. Andrew Huberman. Really? Is this really the case? Is this really what we're gonna see now? But yeah, anyway, let's have a look.
What we'll do first is do the hypnotic induction profile, a formal test of how hypnotizable you are, and we'll take it from there, okay?
Okay.
Any questions before we go ahead? Okay. So get as comfortable as you can. Look straight ahead. Now look up to the top of your head, all the way up high as you can. Keep your chin down. That's it. Look up past your eyebrows, all the way up. And as you keep looking up, slowly close your eyes. Good. Take a deep breath. Hold, ready, exhale, let the breath out. Let your eyes relax, but keep them closed and let your body float. Imagine you're floating somewhere safe and comfortable, like a bath, a lake, a hot tub, or just floating in space. And while you concentrate on your body floating into the chair, I'm going to concentrate on your left hand and arm.
I thought he would explain it. Maybe he does afterwards, but the whole looking up thing and then closing your eyes, it apparently is an indicator on how hypnotizable one is. I don't remember whether it's like, I think it is when your eyes stay up, then you're very hypnotizable, and you can still, close your eyes while your eyes are up, and or when they just, turn down again when you're also closing your eyes, or something like this. I really do hope that he's going to explain it afterwards. He is having a very, very hypnotizing voice, I'd say. Very calm voice, and this might be a scheme, this might be something that just, somebody needs, that is doing hypnotization, yes, because I am using Mike Siegel's scripts or programs, or just, audio. You can find it on YouTube for free, totally for free, and quite a lot of varieties, I'd say. So Mike Siegel, S-E-A something, you're gonna find him, or Siegel? Mike something. I could look that up. Mike Seeley, Mike Seeley.
In a moment, I'm going to stroke the middle finger of your left hand. When I do, you'll develop a sense of tingling and numbness and lightness, and you'll let it float upwards. Ready? That's good. First, you may notice some restless movement sensations in your fingers, which will spread to your hand and arm. And you may get the sense of a magnetic pull as your elbow bends and your forearm floats into an upright position, all the way up higher and higher, as the rest of your body feels heavy and relaxed. Each breath deeper and easier. Breath in and then slowly exhale. Higher and higher. Already exhale, that's good. Higher.
I do wonder, since it's not actually, so for all the podcast listeners, Andrew Huberman, who is being hypnotized, raised his arm, well, actually his hand, while having his elbow on a table, and he's basically not doing it himself. So it is in this state that he is in, and this is why he's doing it. And basically, David Spiegel made him do this. But I do wonder then if one can be hypnotized so that one, I don't know, maybe runs for forever or does something else forever and whatever, and quite never stops. Unless, some other cue. No, there probably should be some other cue, because I think you would die if you're just, going and going and going. Or if you can get out of this state yourself at some point. Maybe when your feet hurt so much and so badly. But I don't know. It would be interesting.
The higher it goes, the lighter it'll feel. Each breath deeper and easier. Now I'm going to position your arm like so and give you this instruction. Your hand will remain light and in this upright position even after I give you the signal for your eyes to open. If I pull your hand back down to the table, it will float right back up to the upright position. You'll find something pleasant and amusing about this sensation. Later, when I touch your left elbow, your usual sensation and control will return. Each time you go into this state of concentration, you'll find it easier and easier to use, and you can use it to help you concentrate on what's important to you. Right now, we'll come out of this state of concentration together by counting backwards from 3 to 1. On 3, you'll get ready. On 2, with your eyelids closed, roll up your eyes, and 1, let your eyes open. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, stay in this position, please, and describe what physical sensations you're aware of now in your left hand and arm.
I'm feeling some tingling in my left hand.
Tingling.
Just gentle tingling.
Is it comfortable?
Yes, very. My body feels very, very relaxed.
Good.
And I feel like my shoulders are straight across for the first time.
Great. Does your left hand feel as if it's not as much a part of your body as your right hand?
Yes, I only remembered I had my left hand when you asked that question.
Okay, good. Now please note this.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe what just happened. I feel like
For the podcast listeners, Spiegel just took Andrew's hand and put it on the table again. As a reminder, it was floating or just in the air before. And now he describes the feeling of having it on the table again. What I am now finding really interesting, and I think it's going to happen right now then, is the part of you're going to find something pleasant and amusing about your hand being in this position, as Spiegel said before. And we're going to see.
I've got a hinge in my elbow.
A hinge, all right. Yeah. Well, look at your left hand and watch what's going to happen.
Oh, that's amazing.
His arm starts.
It doesn't really look like it belongs to me.
Really?
I mean, it does, but I don't know. I don't know why I can do this.
Can you describe what it feels like as it's going up?
Yeah, it feels very relaxed. Like I would think it would be hard to hold it like this. But it feels easy to hold it like this.
Good.
And I can still feel the middle finger more than the others. I don't know why. Wow.
Is that surprising at all?
Yeah, it's very unusual. Yes, I know it's wild, but I'm surprised by my own hand, which has not happened before.
All right, good. Now, by way of comparison, please raise your right hand. Put your right arm down. Are you aware of a relative difference in sensation in your left hand going up compared to your right?
Yeah, the right hand feels more. It's this one's more a part of this part of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I feel like at my elbow everything at my left elbow everything changes.
Is one arm lighter or heavier than the other?
My right is definitely heavier.
Heavier. Are you aware of a relative difference in your sense of control over one hand going up compared to the other?
Yeah, the left hand is. Yeah, it's going to take some work to work with the left hand.
All right, so more control than the right.
Yes.
All right, now make a fist with this hand, tight fist.
Okay.
Ready, open.
Open it.
Yeah, open it.
Okay.
Are you aware of a difference in sensation and control now in your left hand and arm compared to a moment before?
Yeah, but it still feels kind of not of me.
Not of you.
Yeah, a little bit. It's coming back. Well, I don't think I've ever paid that much attention to my
left hand before. Yeah. Is the control equal now in the two hands, or you still feel?
Yeah, it's about maybe 10% less over here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So before you had less control in the left, now it's getting to the same again.
Yeah.
Did I do or say anything that would indicate there'd be a change in sensation or control in your left hand and arm?
Only the fist? No, I don't.
Making your fist.
Yeah.
Did I say anything to you about your elbow or touching your elbow?
Oh, yeah. That when you touch my elbow, that it would return control. But I don't remember. I remember, but I don't remember. But only now that you told me. But clearly, something about my perception of time is off because I feel like that was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
How long?
Oh goodness, I don't know, but it feels really good to squeeze my fist.
It does. Huh?
It feels amazing. Yeah.
Did you have a sense of floating lightness or buoyancy in your left hand and arm during the test?
And there's also something interesting about perceived time and the state. Let's call it state that we're in, and also the dilation of our pupils, as far as I know. So when we are really focused, maybe, and apparently this is a word or a definition that, let's call it a word that does not have a concrete definition yet quite, or at least it's, never mind. You might be in a flow state, being very focused, being in a flow state and whatnot. Your time seems to be quite fast. The opposite is when we are not focused, so time does not move very fast. And apparently this also has something to do with pupil dilation. So when our pupils are bigger, then we are more focused, which I found pretty interesting. And the other way around. But I would have to see if there's something that I can find here. I do know that that Andrew Huberman was talking about that. It might have actually also been about when I'm looking straight ahead and I'm focusing with my, I don't know how to say it, my straight vision instead of my peripheral vision, that it does also apparently maybe make a difference when it comes to time perception. Yes. Perception. Pupil. Maybe I can find something. Neuromodulation of pupil diameter and temporal perception, correlation between pupil size and subjective passage of time. This is actually a 2016 study, apparently. Might actually be quite interesting. Can you see this? Yes. Daily experience of time is strongly influenced by our internal state, but the underlying neural mechanism remains elusive. He would demonstrate that pupil diameter is negatively correlated with subjective elapsed time in monkeys performing an oculomotor version of the time production task. When the animals reported 2 different intervals depending on the instruction, pupil size was correlated with reported timing in each condition, but different for similar timing under different conditions. Given the close correlation between pupil diameter and noradrenergic signaling reported previously, our data indicate that brain states propped by pupil diameter and noradrenergic neural activity might modulate subjective passage of time. Do want to underline might. Since it is a 2016 study, there might be something new. I don't know. Maybe the other one, this one, 2017. This of course makes things way better. Let's see what they're saying there. Footnotes. Isn't there like a little tiny thing? No, it isn't. Anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Almost like there was a tether or something.
Tether pulling out.
Yeah.
Did you have that sense in any other part of your body? Head, neck, thighs, abdomen, chest, all over, or just your left hand and arm?
Just my left hand and arm, but the rest of my body is really relaxed.
Relaxed.
I always have a little bit of right side pain, lower back pain, always, and it's that feels good now.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It does, and I can feel my feet too.
Okay, so are you feeling any pain in your back?
No pain.
Good. Okay, so the hand is okay now.
Yeah, it's about 98%.
Okay, it's coming back. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of the test, and your score is 9.5 out of 10. So you are very hypnotizable.
Okay.
Yeah.
As gauged by, am I out of hypnosis yet?
I hope so. Yes,
okay.
You are.
I don't know.
The eye roll that we did initially, you had the up gaze as you kept your eye up was 2 out of 4, but you were converging your eyes, and you can't keep looking up and squint at the same time. So your eye roll score was a 4.
Which is the maximum.
That's the maximum.
Yeah. Which is consistent with the last time we did hypnosis. I think it was about 3 years ago.
Yeah, was it that long ago?
Yeah.
I guess so. Wow.
But then I hear your voice in the Reverie app.
Yeah.
It's actually great that he pointed out the Reverie app, which is only available, and I think it's time now that it is finally fucking available for Android, but it is only available for iOS. It is a self-hypnosis app with, I think, mainly David Spiegel's voice. Might be the case, might also not be the case. And it's just like meditation, but in terms of hypnosis, which apparently I think are there similar states? I think so. Andrew also talked about that at some point, the difference between an NSDR, non-sleep deep rest state, and meditation state, and I think also hypnosis state. And non-sleep deep rest, I think, is just definitely more relaxed and not as active, whereas hypnosis and meditation might just be quite active, but one would have to look that up to actually really make sure.
And actually when we sat down to do the interview today, there was when you start talking, and even in our lab meetings, occasionally I have to remember that I'm not going to go under. And our colleague, Dr. Melise Yilmaz, says the same thing.
Really?
She's done a lot of hypnosis. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't think she'd mind me saying that. Yeah. The voice is a strong trigger. So
interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Good.
Well, I think my hand's back.
You think it's back now? Good. Yeah. Well, we want you to leave the room with it. So that's good.
What happened there? What was that about?
Well, you're affiliating with a metaphor, with an image that it will feel light and buoyant, and you're dissociating it. So I think it's in part that DLPFC inverse connectivity with the PCC, that your sort of your interoception of your arm is sort of separated from the task, the hypnotic task of making this feel different. Mm-hmm. And so the implication is sort of that it's not you, in a sense, that the hand is sort of doing what it wants to do, is kind of what it feels like. And so you're complying with the instruction, but also showing that you can really reorganize your interoception of your left hand and arm, and also what it does physically. So
I felt like from here forward was a completely different experience.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think it is that sort of it's the connection to the insula and the disconnection from the PCC that I think is doing it. Yeah.
Is there anything that I should pay attention for today? No.
No, I don't think so. Unless you stay. Does it still feel strange, or is it?
I feel cohesive.
Oh, good. Okay. So you can turn it on. You can turn it off, and that's the messages you.
And that's internal, right?
Yeah. That's internal. You can do it, and the fact that your back feels better now is a side effect. That's good.
Yeah. There's something I can't. Yeah, I remember saying something about my shoulders, but
you said your shoulders for the first time felt level.
Yeah, I've always got a little bit of a tilt this way, and it felt like it felt level.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think besides meditation, hypnosis, using various apps, using various scripts, using various people might be just another great way to, I don't know, maybe work on certain things. And to be pointed out is that this is definitely something completely different than stage hypnosis. Probably nobody's going to make a chicken out of you. It's, I think, primarily about like what is going on in the subconscious and being able to kind of work on that some sort of directly. And I think it's definitely great to try out and see what it does to you and whether it can help you in some or the other way. So I think it's definitely worth checking out. Once again, Mike Seeley. Yes, there we go. Mike Seeley. I can actually also show you this. There we, for example, have sleep hypnosis for no more nightmares, another sleep hypnosis, then hypnosis for clearing subconscious negativity, hypnosis for deep insight, transform your life with a journey, and whatever. There's also sleep meditations. A ton of scripts. Some of them are not that long. I think most of them are quite long. 4 hours for 20, yes. 1 hour. But yeah, I really hope that I've been able to share something of value to you and spot some light onto some ideas of value to you. And I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So